It's Accountech Bytes, your regular romp through the world of accounting technology with me, Tom Herbert. Thanks for tuning in, and if you find this video useful, please like, subscribe, or follow, depending on your channel of choice. Let's get started. The UK government has written to businesses saying that they should have cyber attack contingency plans on paper in case of emergencies. So this push for physical copies comes after the National Cybersecurity Centre reported an increase in significant cyber attacks this year, following on from hacks on the likes of Marks and Spencer's, the Co-op, and Land Rover that's led to empty shelves and production lines being halted. One cybersecurity expert says the call for pen and paper might sound old-fashioned, but it is practical as digital systems can be rendered useless once targeted by hackers. I don't know too many accounting firms with pen and paper contingency plans. Perhaps something to think about in the quieter months, maybe after self-assessment seasons being and gone. This on Accounting Web, specialist hosting provider Cloud2Me has some cybersecurity tips for accountants. It isn't necessarily that you can make yourself impervious to being hacked, but just trying to make yourself not worth that hacker's time. So it's things like multi-factor authentication, data encryption, and secure backups. A link to this piece and everything else mentioned in the video can be found in the description. Let's head north of the border to FreeAgent, and the bookkeeping tool has had a stellar year, according to its latest results released the other day. Revenue up by more than 5 million. Subscriber numbers at the end of 2024 were up by about 24,000 year on year. And perhaps most importantly, they turned a profit. So from a 1.1 million loss the year before, and actually an almost £3 million loss in the year before that, they have managed to turn those figures around. So with the subscriber numbers, it obviously helps if you're being given away with business bank accounts like Metal or RBS, etc. And while the profit doesn't make a material difference to the NatWest Group, I think had more than a £4 billion profit in their last annual accounts. It's great to see that free agent strategies have paid off and to have a profitable British software success story. Lindsay Clark at the Register reports that the Fujitsu owner has pumped £280 million into its UK arm to keep the lights on after the firm was hit by the Post Office Horizon scandal. This apparently is to strengthen the company's balance sheet and comes on top of a similar payment made last year. A statutory inquiry into the Post Office IT scandal is ongoing. Fujitsu is yet to contribute to the government's compensation scheme for the victims of that scandal, and I think is set to respond to the public inquiry on Friday. Our friends over at VatCalc has reported Ireland has confirmed a two-phase launch of e-invoicing and e-reporting for businesses. So just as a reminder, e-invoicing is the direct digital exchange of invoicing data between a buyer's and a supplier's system. It is not an email PDF. So the Irish Revenue has confirmed November 2028 will pull in domestic transactions from large taxpayer corporations, and from 2029 all taxpayer domestic transactions, if engaged in intra-community supplies, will be in scope. The UK is currently consulting on its own e-invoicing regime. Watch this space for the budget in November. A quick update from our Antipodean cousins, and Xero has completed the acquisition of payments platform Melio. This was announced back in June, so this announcement is more of a formality, but as I said in my article at the time, it has a lot to do with Xero seeking to extend its reach beyond the general ledger and expand its North American footprint. Tax and accounting giant Wolters Kluwer has released its 2025 Future Ready Accountant Report, highlighting key trends in the global tax and accounting industry. Some key stats: 83% of firms globally reported increased revenue, and 79% saw improved profitability. AI usage more than quadrupled in a year, rising from 9% to 41%. I'm always slightly wary of stats like that because I'm never quite sure what counts as AI. On a similar note, 93% of firms now offer advisory services, while 35% of clients are asking firms to provide strategic business advice, and 52% of firms adopted or expanded cloud-based solutions. A quick spreadsheet update from Excel trainer Jess Slack. So for years, there's been the option to get data from a SharePoint folder for Power Query, but only if you have the Enterprise Edition of Microsoft 365. However, according to this post, if you're on Apps for Business, it's there. Apologies for the gear shift, but some sad news now, and Iris has announced the passing of David Guest, its founder. So, along with two others, David established the company in 1978 and was able to see it grow to one of the UK's largest private software companies, serving more than 100,000 customers across 135 countries. Now, I didn't know this until today, but David founded Iris as transaction technology with a product called Iris within it. Apparently, Iris stood for Incomplete Records Information System. Now, former Iris employee and friend of the show, Dermot Hamlin, posts this tribute to David. There are a few people who've had a bigger impact than him. He had many of the recent business traits nailed, empowering his team, treating people like adults, and they paid him back in spades. Let's head over to MTD Corner now and a short but significant update section on making tax digital for income tax. Challenger bank Monzo has announced that its business account holders will be able to make MTD for income tax filings directly from its platform via a partnership with Sage. So as you can see from HMRC's MTD software page, Monzo is now in development section, and they're expecting it to be available for the upcoming new tax year. A quick one from AI Inglenook, and Accounting Web has partnered with Sage to undertake a State of the Nation survey into artificial intelligence in the accounting and finance profession. So if you have around 7 to 8 minutes to spare, we'd be really grateful if you could let us know how you feel about AI, your concerns, some of the challenges you're facing with it, where you use it currently, and what you think will have the biggest impact in the future. Click the link in the description and scroll down, please. Let's head over to the integration station now, where accounting software suite Iris has announced a partnership with Telaroo to deliver faster payroll payments. So the Iris Telaroo tie-up replaces the 3-day BACS payment cycle with near instant faster payments, giving payroll teams 2 additional days before submission deadlines. Let's get on some new developments now, and Tim Foraker, founder of ClearBooks and Counting Up, has a new product in town, Tiny Tax. So with HMRC and Companies House retiring their free filing tools, Tiny Tax allows users to submit their accounts to Companies House and CT600 to HMRC in one process. It comes pre-populated with Companies House data. So you find your company from Companies House records, add your financial data, review, generate IXBRL accounts, and review your CT600 calculations before submitting to the authorities. As you may have guessed, it's designed for UK micro-entity limited companies and does not support companies with any of these requirements. A quick update from Iris Elements, and in their accounts production module, they have increased the number of lines in a journal to 50 and the number of journals to 200. That's in the Iris Elements accounts production professional package. Spend management platform Pleo has announced the launch of multi-currency accounts, giving companies the power to hold and spend up to 6 currencies from a single expense card. And referrals platform RQ has given users the ability to customize the system to match their team's language, processes, and client journeys. Right, that's your lot for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you found it useful, please remember to like, subscribe, or follow. And to keep up to date with the fast-moving world of accounting technology, why not sign up for my weekly email? pop your email address in the box, hit the yellow button, and it should be with you every Thursday morning. I'll be back next week with another video. Bye for now.